Buli, uyozokusiza ukuthi into zakho zifike kahle eThekwini. Kodwa ke ufuna i-20%.
Intoni? I-20%.
Niqhinyiwe noyi-2.
Ngabe ushayisile ne?
Hello everyone, welcome to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our weekly review of The Wife, Season 2. Let's jump right into it. Episode 10 opens up with Zandile and Nkosana chatting, and ZAZA requests that they transfer the kids again because one of them got into a fight. In a way, she also concedes that Hlomu was right when she said that the boys should have stayed in boarding school. Nkosana reassures her that boys will be boys and everything will be fine. We cut to the bus rank with the two youngest Zulu brothers who are reeling after being scammed by the slave queens last week. MQOQI tells Ntsika his only two options are to either tell their big brother Nkosana or find a way to pay back the money, both of which Ntsika finds impossible. Next, as I predicted last week, the commissioner has retained a hitman to kill Zandile in prison, unaware that she has been switched out for NOMUSA. I understand the commissioner wants vengeance, but I don't know how killing ZAZA helps the Majola brothers, who he is now in a partnership with. We then cut to Noba's tavern, where ZAZA is meeting up with Bully, who isn't ZAZA's former cellmate, but rather just an acquaintance from prison who, like I suspected, has dirt on ZAZA. Apparently ZAZA killed someone in jail and Bully helped her cover it up. Bully is now using this information to blackmail ZAZA into helping her deliver a package for her. ZAZA says she'll think about it, then goes inside the tavern for a drink and confides in Mandisa. ZAZA tells Mandisa that Bully is blackmailing her to deliver drugs for her to Durban. At the prison, the commissioner's hitman has arrived and he meets up with NOMUSO'S cellmate. The hitman requests that NOMUSO'S cellmate carry out the hit on who he believes to be ZAZA. ZAZA's cellmate seems to be considering it, but she did not tell the commissioner's hitman that Zandile has been switched out. It's pretty evident that NOMUSO'S life is in real danger as the two stare each other down in the cell. Nkosana and ZAZA have another heart-to-heart where he confronts her about the woman she bumped into earlier, which I'm assuming is Bully. Shortly after, Mandisa calls ZAZA and they meet with Bully. After negotiating, she gives them 25 keys of pure cane to transport to Durban. ZAZA tells Bully that this is a final job and she shouldn't contact her once it's done. ZAZA takes the keys back home and is feeling guilty about carrying out the job and lying to Nkosana. She hides the keys in the garage. Back at Langa's flat, Ntika's slave queen girlfriend returns, and not only does she have the 50k cash she withdrew, but she also has an extra 30 which she says is profit. I don't know what profit it is, but MQOQI, Ntsika and everyone is just as confused to where she could have got the money, because we all thought we'd never see her again. I do feel like this is part of a bigger scam from her though. Back at the prison, NOMUSO'S cellmate confronts her once more with a shank about who she is, and she finally concedes Nomus and explains how she ended up in ZAZA's place. The episode ends with chilling words from her cellmate that she's sorry her son is going to lose a mother. No QHAWE or MQOQI in that episode. Episode 11 picks up where 10 left off as NOMUSA'S cellmate informs her that she is not safe inside because someone has put a hit on the real ZAZA and it's gonna fall on her. She also requested payment for sparing her life. Next, we cut to the Zulu home where we get our first dose of Hlomu and MQOQI of the week. The two discuss going to the healer, which MQOQI admits because of Hlomu's infidelity, he will also use it to confirm if his child is of Zulu blood. Hlomu confidently reaffirms that the child is a Zulu, which I think foreshadows that this child is QHAWE's, but it won't be revealed for some time. Next, Ntsika confronts his girl about taking his card, and she confirms she saw his pin back at the tavern, but she feels Ntsika is overreacting because she didn't scam him like we all thought. Gotta admit, I might have been wrong about her, but like I said before, this might be part of a bigger scam that she's putting into play. The best scams are the ones that make you think you're making money before they take it all. Back at the women's jail, the commissioner pays NOMUSA a visit, and to my surprise, NOMUSA spills everything. NOMUSA explains where and how she met Nkosana. She also told the commissioner how they got her into the jail and replaced her with ZAZA. ZAZA. Now something that's very interesting is that NOMUSA claims that she doesn't know ZAZA, but ZAZA recognized her voice and immediately knew who she was. So my theory is still alive that NOMUSA is Mcele's long lost baby mama. I do believe that my theory is still alive, so that doesn't change anything, even though NOMUSA did claim that she doesn't know ZAZA and she met Nkosana at the taxi rank. My problem with the commissioner coming to see NOMUSA is I don't know how it came about, because the commissioner didn't know that ZAZA had been replaced yet, and ZAZA didn't know that the commissioner is the one who put a hit on her. Anyway, NOMUSA finally gets a hold of Nkosana and tells him that the commissioner knows everything and her life is in danger. Nkosana was surprisingly cool and promised to handle the matter. Again, I have a problem with the logic here, because NOMUSA shouldn't fear for her life after coming clean to the commissioner, and the commissioner has no reason to kill NOMUSA since she's not ZAZA. Next up, Mcele and Hlomu visit the healer to confirm the child's bloodline, and QHAWE joins them for support. The healer confirms the baby to have Zulu blood, but gives Hlomu a knowing look, suggesting he knows about the drama behind the baby's paternity, something I did predict he would pick up on. I definitely think this confirms that the baby is QHAWE's. It confirmed that the baby is of Zulu bloodline, but it does not confirm whether it's QHAWE's or Mcele's, so I think we'll find that out later down the line. To end the episode, back at the Zulu home, Nkosana seems to be putting things in place to get rid of the commissioner, but then ZAZA and Nkosana engage in probably the hottest sex scene I've seen on South African TV. Please comment below if you can think of any scene hotter than this, cause these two definitely steamed up my TV screen. It did spur another theory for me. They have made love before on TV, but this is the first time it's been depicted so graphically. So I'm thinking, much like with QHAWE, that maybe a baby might have been conceived in that lovemaking session. I don't know, but I do believe that that lovemaking scene will serve a purpose in the long run. After the lovemaking session, ZAZA sneaks into the garage to check on the cane that she stashed, but Nkosana catches her in the process. Episode 12 opens where 11 left off, but ZAZA is quick to explain that she was suffering from the PTSD of being out of jail, which Nkosana didn't question. The following day, Sambulo catches Mandisa and ZAZA loading the stash of 25 keys into the car and questions them. ZAZA plays it off as a bag of clothes and food for a charity drive. I didn't think Sambulo bought it, but he didn't push for more answers. Mandisa and ZAZA drive away, complimenting each other on what great liars they are. ZAZA for some reason decided to hide the stash in the spare wheel of one of the Zulu brothers' taxis. For me, I think paranoia got the best of her, cause it was safest at home and not in the taxi rank. Next we have Chairman Ngoba, who has called a meeting of association members to inform them that the membership fees will be doubled, which the Majola brothers viciously objected to whilst questioning the new chairman's spending habits. Next, Sambulo appears to be training MQOQI and is giving him target practice. I have a strong feeling that one or both of these characters will not make it into the next season. The training is interrupted when Ngoba calls MQOQI to come to the taxi rank so he can fill in for a sick driver. This is where the drama starts, cause while driving the taxi full of customers, MQOQI is pulled over by the police, who notice that his spare wheel is loose and discover the 25 keys that ZAZA had stashed there earlier. MQOQI is quickly apprehended by the police. ZAZA messed up here, and the paranoia, like I said, got the best of her. QHAWE doing a little detective work as he goes back to the filling station where their taxis were stolen to question the owner and the manager who work with the Majola brothers. He discovers that the Majola brothers taxis are now parking where their stolen taxis used to be parked. Back to Ntsika and his girl, and she is trying to convince him to put in some more money so that he can get double back. This might be what I was talking about, this being a long-term scam where they make you think you're winning first and then they take all your money. Cause obviously right now she came with 30k profit. Maybe if he puts back 50 and he gets back 100, he's gonna think, okay, let me put in the whole 100 or whatever and try to get back 200. It's at that point that the scammers run away with your money. So Ntsika needs to be really careful here. Meanwhile, Sambulo carries out the hit on the commissioner. I'm not certain if he's dead, but Nkosana put the plans in motion soon as he discovered the commissioner knows about ZAZA's prison break. Episode 12 ends with QHAWE obtaining the videos of the night their taxis were stolen and proceeding to vandalize the Majola brothers' taxis that are now parked at the filling station. It's a whole lot of drama. It's a telenovela. That's all for today. Thank you for joining me. It takes a lot of time and work to put these videos together, so I would appreciate y'all to take a second out to subscribe. I'll be back next week with another review. This is ASR, African Stories Realized, for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.